Everyone, it's the amazing Ryan here, and today I wanted to show you something very special. This is my ghost trap. It's completely handmade. It's made from 3D printed parts, wood, bondo, some real metal. It's got a lot of different things in it. So I want to go over this and kind of show you like all the bells and whistles on it because it's pretty cool. So as far as the 3D printed parts go, this like head unit here is 3D printed. It's all one piece, but all of the individual screws are real screws. They're real actual hardware that's installed in there. This knob is 3D printed, which you can kind of tell because it's a little bit rougher than the other knobs. It didn't come out as well for some reason, but it still looks pretty good. When you get some paint on it, you know, they look a lot better. And as you can tell, it looks like a legit knob, so it came out pretty well. This plating back here and right here is real aluminum plating that I cut to fit. And then again, real hardware on here as well. This is a 3D printed, two individual 3D printed parts, the heatsink and the resistor, and of course real hardware, actual metal hex head bolts, that machine screws that hold it together, and then of course these screws are real. These actually hold the plate on. Cool feature is that all my knobs turn. You can turn the knobs. Because there's actually a screw on the back side of this that goes through into the knob itself and keeps it tight up against it, but allows you to rotate it at the same time. On the back here we have the Screen Accurate sticker. It's got an actual metal air fitting. Now this piece right here is just some sheet plastic bent over. The top panel and the bottom panel are two pieces of wood with a wood spacer in between, and then this black plastic wrapped around, and it's all sealed together with bondo, so it looks pretty legit. It's a real switch, although it is not functional. It is just for decoration. And then the light, of course, is functional. I'll get to the electronics in a minute. As you can see, there's some more real screws in it. These pieces here are 3D printed. If you look really close, you can kind of see some lines in it still. A few more coats of paint probably would have eliminated that, but I think it gets the point across, and I think it looks pretty good. This knob's 3D printed. It's a little bit loose from turning it. But it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. A little bit came off around the ring of it. So I just painted a little black spot on the metal to make up for that missing piece on the ring. As you can see, it's rotated a little bit. So that's really the only flaw with this. When it's in the proper position, you can't tell. I've got to tighten that one up, though. Again, here we have a foil label, the correct foil label. Again, this is real metal that I cut out by hand. And then again, we have real hardware for all of the screws. Of course, the paint features weathering, so it's got like chips in it. It's got some nicks and scuffs in it. It's been in the field, it's been used, so of course it's not perfect. Over here we have another hand cut piece of aluminum. You can see the cut is a little bit rougher around the edges, only when you look at it up close. As you can see from far away, it looks a lot better. But if you look here, you can see these are all dry rub decals, so they're no stickers. And again, these are all 3D printed knobs, and they look pretty good at the same time. So now let's look at the bottom of it. So underneath, of course, we have the belt hook, which is spaced out a little bit. There's got a little piece of wood in there, just kind of space it away and keep it. There we go. You can see it better there. You see that wood spacer in there. Unfortunately, the wheels are just plastic, and I know my lighting isn't that good, and I apologize for that. But here's the plastic wheels. Those can be swapped out for roller skate bearings, which are what the film used, pretty easily. So, you know, I never actually did that upgrade because you don't really see the wheels. I pretty much always have this on my belt, and I never really take it out. So, yeah, I just kind of left the wheels be. Now let's take a look at the inside. Now the inside, I do have one fix I have to make on here, and that is because at the time I didn't have any of these, so I had to use this old cruddy one, but these 9-volt connectors, you can see that thing is like roached and falling apart. I'm going to solder in a new one and replace that, and I'm also going to put a capacitor there because I'm getting a little interference. As you can see, I have two small circuit boards. They both feature a 555 timer and different resistor and capacitor combinations, basically so that this light will blink about every half second. This light will blink about 3 times a second. So this one blinks just slightly faster. So if they were both on the same blink rate, it wouldn't look as good, but when they both blink at different rates, it looks better. So there is a circuit timer for each one of those. And what I'll do is I'll actually go ahead and put a battery in here, and I'll kind of show you exactly what it looks like when it's lit up. So I'm going to try this one-handed. Bear with me, guys. I don't want to set the camera down, because if I set the camera down, then I have to edit. There we go. So here we go. As you can see, this light is blinking at this rate. This light is blinking just slightly slower. Now, if there is a little bit of interference, because I haven't put a capacitor between the positive and the negative yet, I'm going to do a 0.01 ceramic disc capacitor, and that'll kind of keep some of the interference between the two different speed blinks. But there is a clip in here which will mount the 9-volt pretty easily. It just kind of snaps in here, and it's 3D printed as well, so you don't